Hi, Gary Whiting here. Welcome back for another segment of The Art of the Horseman. I want to show you something very interesting. I'm going to do something, then I'm going to ask you the question, what have I just done? Well, you're probably thinking, well, okay, the bridle, we're taking the forelock out from because it messes up when you put the bridle on. We're making the horse look more organized and looking at better. But at what cost? At what expense? Well, let me tell you this. You may not know this, and for those of you who understand kinesiology, you know that energy has a direction. The term, it's an Oriental phrase, yin and yang. That means opposites working together, all right? When they don't work together, you've got a problem, all right? So on the human being, the conception vessel runs this way, from the inside toe up to here. Governing vessel runs over the top of the head and down the back, all right? So this is going to be governing, and this would be conception vessel. And then here we go again. So we got opposites, like a freeway, working together as a unit. So when we go contrary to what the intent is, in this case, governing vessel, conception vessel, if we run the vessel the wrong direction, for example, if we run backwards and we run this direction when we're supposed to be going this way and this way, we're going to weaken the horse. I want to show you this on the human being first, and then we're going to use Rebecca as the surrogate to test the horse. I'm going to run the energy two different directions. And so this is going to be really important for you to understand and to see. Now, this also ties into our thinking. Your thinking and the horse's thinking can reverse and weaken the body. I had a student in one of my schools that couldn't quite wrap her head around this. She said, well, I see what you're doing, and I see that it works. However, I just cannot quite grasp it. I said, okay, I'm going to do something here. I'm going to have you give me three names. Okay, and this is important that you think and listen to this. I'm going to have you give me three names. Two people you have to really like, and one person you have to, if you can hate them, if that's possible. She said, no, that's possible. I said, okay, don't tell me who they are. So I had these three names written down. I took the first name, I tested her. She was strong. Well, let me also add, I had one of my other students holding her other hand like as a surrogate, like I would test the horse here by touching the horse and test, this would be the testing arm. And so she was the surrogate holding her hand, and so I'm testing my surrogate, not her, but my surrogate. And the first name I go, boom, strong. The second name, the moment I said the name and pressed down, my student goes, ah, and yanked her arm around. She said, oh, man. And it sent this jolt right through her arm. And I said, who is this person? She says, that's my son-in-law, and I absolutely hate this guy. She said, there's no way you could have known this. There's no way you could have. I have to believe it. Energy has a direction. If you go contrary to the energy, you weaken. We weaken, so when we work with the horse and the rider, we strengthen both the horse and the rider. If you're negative, the horse can be positive, and you can bring a negative into the horse. If the horse is out or negative, it can bring your positive out. If you're both out, you got a disaster. So I'm going to show you, I'm going to have Rebecca come in, and we're going to try something. We've not done this. Come on in, Boo. And so I'm going to, we'll show you how this testing goes. Okay, just hold your arm and I'm going to test. I'm not going to break her arm down. I'm going to test. Okay, hold it. Okay, now I'm going to run the energy and digestion the opposite way and hold. Right? Right, want to see that again? Magic. Right, hold. Okay. Okay, we're going to run digestion the right way and conception vessel the right way and hold. A big difference. All right. Now, I'm going to have 3 names. Maybe I should put my name in here and see. Oh, Gary. What would you say to Gary? You better test strong, woman. Okay. 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 Heather. David. Gary. We're on the border on that one. No. Okay. Well, we know who David is. David is a negative in her life. All right. So now we see that this works. And by the way, this is a no-nonsense woman. She will. What are you up to? Okay. So we're going to. Well, we got the horse right here. All right. So what I'm going to do is have Rebecca be the surrogate. And if you'll just go ahead and if you can face the camera and touch the horse, let's see what we have. Hold. Okay, now I'm going to go back to what I started out doing. I'm going to run the forelock, the energy in the wrong direction. Let's test again. And hold. Okay. Now we're going to, well, we have to get the forelock out, right? Make it look pretty. So what do we do? Well, we just simply run the energy in the right direction. Just like that. Now let's see what happens. Okay. Hold. Okay. So you can try this on your loved ones, and you know, I test food products. Like I will. If I want to know something about if I want to test Rebecca, I'll just go like this and touch her and test. If I run into a negative, I will not be able to hold my thumb and my pinky together. It's going to be, and so you can take foods, you can put them under your arm. Speaking of food, years ago when I would test my clients for allergy problems, I would have them save a little bit of the food they had each night during that week. And I would have them, put it in the refrigerator, then bring it in, and I would test each individual food. Well, at that time, I would test on the tongue, and I'd rinse out after each test. And we'd categorize the different foods, strong, weak, or strong, weak, strong, whatever plate that was designated. It was interesting because I went to do the test after using the non-dairy creamers, and this may explain your headaches, okay, and the tension in your neck. These non-dairy creamers. I remember I placed my 2 fingers on her wrist, and boom, down her arm went. I go, what? I said, what are you doing? She said, I can't hold my arm up. I said, what? She put her arm up there again. I just rested, and her arm went down. I said, what is this stuff? I'm looking at it like a mocha mix. It's these non-dairy creamers. I go, wait a second, that's what's giving me my stiff neck? I didn't know that. I was not even aware of that. And I go, and I get these, they weren't headaches, they're just like my head was just feeling really tight. And so as I tested these different foods, we were able to isolate the ones that you don't want and the ones that you do want to put into your diet. So if you're having a negative reaction to something, you need to understand that you may not know what it is you're doing wrong, but something is not compatible with you. Now, as far as compatibility, almonds. I would eat almonds that were skinned. They didn't have, the skin was removed, and I was strong. When I would eat almonds with the skin on them, I went weak. I go, almonds are almonds, right? Well, maybe not. So these are the things that we go over in the academy. Gary Whiting's Equine Massage Academy for horse and rider. This is the only academy in the United States. There's one in England about horse and rider, I think. But as far as in the United States, there's only one, and that's my academy. Well, our academy. So when you come, you're going to learn about not just how to massage your horse. You're going to learn about what's causing the problems in your horse, like 126 problems, what caused them, how to address them, and how to prevent them. And then you're going to learn about herd-bound horses. Why are they herd-bound? Well, that's going to be discussed because tension in the body, think about it. When you're tight, you cannot be at peace by yourself, so you'll be around other people. You're talking. You've got to be hanging on. You've got to be somehow involved with other people. If you're one of those people, but you have problems sitting there by yourself and really appreciating everything, and a lot of people do. I have students that come in that are scattered. And their horse picks it up. So Rebecca talks about the heart connection. The heart is a brain. It's got 40,000 sensory neurites, it's like a brain. It'll overpower the logic. And that's why we get ourselves into so many problems, because we overpower the logic and we go into the emotion. Horses have these sensory neurites. The heart is a brain. The heart is, it's a brain. It picks up everything and remembers everything. I also go over how to clear certain problems. If you've got them, how you can clear those problems. It's a very simple little task I have you do. So there's so much in this program that goes way beyond equine massage. It's about the team. You and this horse. You're on this horse. Is this horse benefiting from you being on it? Is this horse picking up your negative energy? Yes. You've got a horse that, I gotta tell this story. A horse that joined up with me had never joined up with anybody else. I was offered this horse. I said, okay, I'll come and pick it up. So I took my trailer out and I took this horse, a gorgeous horse. It's like, wow, whoa, there is my picture horse right there. I just walked right into the trailer. He just followed me in. I came out and the guy says, that's your horse. I'm going, well, what do you mean? Yeah, you just gave him to me. I'm thinking, what do you mean? He goes, that horse won't go into the trailer. That horse picked you. Why? Because there was something here. There was something here that the horse related to. And I have so many students that come in, there's something here that does not belong there. It's an anger, and the horse picks that up. And they don't want to be with you. So the join up has a lot to do with who you are. Okay, this horse can pick you up a long way away. I'm going to tell you one last story to illustrate this and drive this point home. I was called in to work on a horse named Freehouse. Freehouse, thoroughbred racehorse, belonged to Trudy McCaffrey. Had won over $4 million in his race career. Trudy took him off the track because he was getting really nutso. And the first time I went to work on Freehouse, they gave him a cocktail to sedate him. Man, he was slamming me, he was pushing me, he did not want me in his life. And there's a reason for what's going on with this horse. This horse does not do this with everybody, and you're going to understand why when we talk about this heart thing. So I worked on Freehouse. It took me 40 minutes just to get his atlas released where I could actually take care of the issue. Okay, I fixed him, come back 2 weeks later in a different vehicle. He couldn't see me because he was behind a barn in a big, really nice big paddock. And and I get out of the car, which he had never heard or seen, and I hear this going on. So I walk into as I'm entering the barn, Felix comes out and says, Freehouse, he knows you're here. I said, how can he know I'm here? He can't see me. He says, he knows you're here. He wants to see you. Well, I went down, and I was standing there looking at him through the bars, and he just was so excited, just like if he was a dog, he would have been wagging his tail. I walk in, he came running over, and it's through his head, right over my left shoulder. He threw it over. I just reached up and I held him, and we just held that pose for the longest time. It was very intimate for the both of us. Well, Treehouse knew I was there because the heart is a brain. The heart picks things up. So if your horse wants to be with you, it's because he likes or she likes your heart. It's the same way with a mate or a girlfriend or a boyfriend. They want to be with you because of the heart thing. If there's something not right, then there's going to be a disconnect. So we cover all this, right? We cover all this. Oh, sorry about that. Don't slap me back. We cover all this in the academy. I'm telling you, this is such an important program. That's not about the horse. So I guess that could be my motto. It's not about the horse, or I could say recapture true values. Anyway, to kind of recap, energy has a direction. Digestion has a direction. Energy runs this way and then back down the other direction. If you run the energy the wrong way, then you're going to weaken the body. If you run it the right way, you can strengthen the body, okay? So all you have to do is yourself. So go ahead and put the bridle on the horse, pull the forelock out, but then just simply, after you've done that, just simply go from the nose, you don't have to touch the horse. Just go right over the ears. You can do that a couple of times. Your horse is strengthened, and all you have to do is go over your ears, just like that. Boom. All right, this is Gary Whiting from Gary Whiting Equine Massage Academy, from both Rebecca and me. Thank you for watching this video. There's a lot to be seen in howtomassageahorse.com. That's our website, howtomassageahorse.com. Give us a call if you have any questions. You may not understand. You may think this is kind of voodoo, but it is not voodoo. It's called kinesiology. Energy has direction. If you're going the wrong direction in life, you're going to have problems, right? It's just that simple. All right, well, we say goodbye. What's this horse's name?
Toots.
Toots. Toots. Oh, I know. Wait. What's this? Now, I'm not bribing Toots. No, I would never try. I would never do that. Oh, I got to tell you something. My mother's kitchen. I was a rascal when I was in high school. I'd get off the bus downtown on every day except Thursday, because that's the day my mom was home in the kitchen baking goodies. I get off the bus, I go, oh. I'm just in a hurry to get up into the house. Mom says, "Hi, honey, how was school?" "It's good." I just shut the beater off. You can lick the beater, so I'm licking the beaters. I got frosting all over my face. I'm smelling stuff baked in the oven. She'd make these cupcakes, cut the center out of them, like chiffon, I guess. And she would fill them with some kind of a custard or something, and then put the center back in, powder coat them with something, and I would eat those things warm. And I could knock out a dozen of those things. Well, I was in my mother's kitchen, and I am one who believes in putting the horse in my kitchen. So yes, I spoil these horses, just like I would spoil Rebecca, just like I would spoil anybody I love. I want her in my kitchen. I want this horse in my kitchen. And so yeah, when they see me, they know they're going to get one of these. So this is your friend, you guys. This is your friend. This is who you are connected. You need to be connected here. You need to be connected here. I'm going to tell you one more story. I could tell you more stories. Okay, I had a fellow come to my program, did martial arts, fit, copious notes, treated me with dignity and respect. I'm thinking, this is going to be my best student ever. We get down to work on the horse. The first horse, Lottie, big draft Mustang, very sensitive, big heart. She was pinning her ears. I go, well, she never pins her ears. So I'm watching Scott work on her, and I go, Scott, stop. Okay, don't just go through the motion. What's your intent? You're going to do rotation. What's your intent in rotation? What's your intent on the sedation? What is your intent on cross fiber? You need to be thinking about these intent and put your emotion into this horse. Connect with this horse. Well, he did, and she liked it. That afternoon, I put him on Brute. a younger horse, very mouthy. We've all seen those horses that they just won't leave you alone. They're curious. They're just busy, but you can't shut their mind down. They're just like little kids, right? I put Scott on Brute that afternoon to do another session, and Brute just kept. They had this little battle going back. Scott's trying to get this massage done, and Brute's going whoa, 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 and playing with him. And I'm watching this. I'm starting to laugh. I go, Scott, stop, step aside. So Scott stepped aside. I walked forward. Brute's head was here. Within 5 seconds, Brute dropped his head and laid it alongside my boot. Just laid it there and closed his eyes. Scott said, if I hadn't seen that, I wouldn't have believed it. I said, Scott, what are you angry about? He says, a lot of things. You see, I could not detect that, but the horse did. Both horses did. And so, what are you angry about? You can clear that. Well, Scott cleared it. You can clear that, and it's going to make you a better friend and a better connection with your teammate. You are a team. Gary Whiting, the Equine Massage Academy for Horse and Rider is a team concept. You need to come in. That's it for now. Thank you so much from Rebecca and myself and our other horsemen.